Hello and welcome back to me and my ladle reacting to Boys to Planet C episode 2. First of all, if you're seeing this preview on YouTube, this is just a preview. This is just the pre-episode YAP sesh. It is not the episode reaction. That is a Patreon exclusive, link in the description. You need to become a paid member, so at least a little spoon in order to watch it. My cheapest tier is $2.50 a month USD, so whatever that is in your currency. Yeah, sorry, I'm not feeling super enthusiastic about doing this right now. I was not planning on recording this today. I watched the previous K episode last night, and I talked about my plans there. I was supposed to be watching this tomorrow, um, but then I made the mistake of opening my main Twitter account. This I opened that today for a second. I've been avoiding using it, because that's the account that I get Boys Planet spoilers on. But I opened it because I had to make a quick congratulatory tweet to Christian from Boys to Planet C on his coming out last night on Instagram. I saw the post on Insta. I went, am I understanding this correctly? I opened up the comments. Yes, I did understand it correctly. Christian was liking comments, congratulating him on his coming out. So it's it's confirmed. It's not speculation. So congratulations again, Christian. So happy for you. So proud of you. Happy Pride. I knew there was a reason that I felt like a kinship with Christian ever since season 1. I looked past the evil editing of it all, and I loved him. And he's like the only trainee from season 1 that I've been following on Insta since I watched it. Yeah, I don't think I follow anyone else. Like, he really grabbed me for some reason, and I didn't know why. And now I know. I didn't clock it myself. My gaydar wasn't going off on him. I actually genuinely believed he was straight, which was why I was so confused as to why I loved him. Now I know. So, hey girl, love you. So happy for you once again. Congratulations. I hope everything goes well for you in life. Such a huge step. I mean, not just. I mean, he's not even like he's not a C-pop. He was in a group, but it was like a global group. But now he's not in any group, so he's technically not an idol. But I mean, he's a Chinese celebrity, so that's a huge thing for him to be coming out. I think. But so I had to make a quick tweet about that. But then when I was on that account already, I did like 2 minutes of scrolling on my main page, and I saw a lot. And now I'm gonna be talking about everything that I saw, kind of spoilers for a few eliminated trainees, and just overall what has been going on behind the scenes. I mean, technically, none of this is 100%, except for eliminations. Technically, none of the behind the scenes stuff is 100% confirmed, but it came directly from the already eliminated C Planet trainees who like went live on Weibo, I think, or somewhere, and they talked about what all hell was being done to them over there. So first of all, the eliminations that I got spoiled for me now are. Am I okay? You just mute real quick if you don't want to hear, but you'll probably get spoiled anyway. The eliminations that I know of now are all of the. Not all. I think Dong Kai is still in the show, but Christian and Swan Hao and Sai Jin Sin I already knew of. But those three have all been eliminated. Binghua I already knew about. I think I saw some other names, but I've forgotten them already. So, and I mean, the thing is, I said that I was gonna lose some beloveds in Sea Planet because like more than half of the original 80 ended up being eliminated, and I knew that already. So, but it truly is pain. Oh, I know that one Boy Story member either left or got eliminated. I don't remember which it was. There was a bit of discourse about that, and just discourse about whole Boy Stories. There's so much happening. So that I got those eliminations spoiled for me. Then just the behind the scenes stuff of the I mean, so many things. One, the Sea Planet dorms are apparently like bug infested. Two, they were basically only served cold leftovers every day. And three, they then survived off of like chocolate pie snacks, so now they're all like absolutely sick of anything to do with chocolate. Um, whatever number we're on, then they got given the wrong signal song choreo at first, and they were only given 3 days to practice, if I understood correctly. And then when they had learned the wrong choreo, they got told, "Oh, oops, we gave you guys the wrong choreo. We'll give you the new choreo soon." And then they got given the new choreo like late at night, so they had to fucking stay up all night to practice the choreo. And basically none of them ever got to sleep because they were just on such a time crunch and they were like forced to stay awake. So it was, it's basically, like sleep deprivation is a literal method of torture. So like full abuse happening over there. That there was something about they have the translating earpieces, right? Like some trainees were given commands through those earpieces, like not all of them, but some of them I guess were like told how to act or what to say or something like that. Then they didn't know about the merging of the shows, right, when they applied and when the show started filming, because it was a last minute decision to actually merge the shows. There were supposed to be two separate shows, two separate like brother groups. And so they got suddenly told that, oh, actually the shows are going to be merging now, which was a shock. Then also they fired all of the Sea Planet, like all of the Chinese staff when the merging happened. So now they're left with all the Korean staff and like a few translators, and the Korean staff are the ones who are mistreating them. So now, you know, it's not going well. Um, what else? What else? I mean, there was just like so much stuff. I mean, this is already bad enough, right? Like this is, I don't even need to know. I don't even know if I need to try and think of anything else. That is just, I just saw like so much shit. I also got spoiled on one thing that happens in the episode, but I'll talk about that when it comes up because it's in the first half that I'm gonna be watching. Um, I mean, apparently, just like a lot of performances didn't air. I mean, a lot didn't air in K Planet either, but that was like a grievance of theirs. Oh, the fact that they didn't know, or like they had a in-person like fan meeting, right? Like before the show started. I remember when it happened, and they did that fan meeting one day before they recorded the eliminations. So they didn't know who was gonna be eliminated, or they didn't know that they were gonna be eliminated during the fan meeting, and they like had a nice day, and then the next day they were suddenly fucking axed from the show. So fun. I'm sure that was really nice for all of them. And yeah, a lot of trainees were just, I'm not surprised if a lot of them actually just quit as well. I mean, I know that one actor, right? Shunan was his name, something like that, who I actually really liked. I was confused about why he left. Someone told me that it was maybe because the movie promotion overlapped, but it also could have definitely been just because of the mistreatment, because like I totally get it. I would have also fucking left it if that sort of thing was being done to me. And so all of this brings up the discussion that was happening even before the show. Again, is should we be supporting a show like this? Should we even be watching a show that so blatantly mistreats its contestants? It doesn't even matter like on what like why they're, because it's mostly probably just like xenophobia, right? I mean, it's Korea, but it doesn't even matter that it's just, should we be supporting a show that basically abuses its contestants? And I think the obvious morally correct answer here is no. Technically, we probably shouldn't be watching a show like this. So then why am I? I'm not morally perfect. I'm not a morally perfect person, and this isn't. I don't want to laugh during this. This isn't the joking matter. I'm trying to have an actual conversation. And I personally haven't gotten any criticism for watching this show, right? But I think if I did if I did get criticism, then I would accept it. I think it would be fair. It's such a double-edged sword, because like, and I haven't watched enough survival shows, at least been disinvested in other survival shows, to know if mistreatment like this is common. So I can't say like, oh, but contestants get mistreated on every survival show, so what's so different about this one? I don't know. My gut feeling tells me that some sort of mistreatment happens on all shows, but I guess it's just like to what extent, right? But like, then it's how do you, like, where do you draw the line? Is it like, if a quarter of the contestants get mistreated, that's fine, but if it's a half of them, then that's wrong? Or if it's it's difficult. It's difficult. It's a difficult conversation to have. I wish I could like actually have IRL conversations about this with people, because right now all of my opinions just boil down to I don't know. I don't have enough of an opinion, or like I don't know what to think about this. Currently, I'm not planning on quitting the show. Maybe this episode is so horrible that it makes me want to quit the show. Maybe going forward it gets better, maybe it gets worse. I don't know. We don't know. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I'm never promising to finish the show. I'm never promising to stand the final group. I'm just doing what I feel like doing. Right now, I think I'm slightly too invested in this. I think if I wasn't actively voting, and if I wasn't taking notes, and if I wasn't so invested in this from the beginning, then maybe I would quit. But I'm too invested in this. So, there's a question, should I have gotten invested in this? I don't know. And because I guess one defense of watching the show, and I don't think this is a great defense, but just trying to think up of counter arguments to everything, playing the devil's advocate, as one can say, is like, even if I quit the show and don't watch it anymore, and I urge all of my 10-15 people who watch it with me, my viewers, to also quit this show with me, like, we boycott it, let's say a maximum as 20 people, we boycott the show. In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't do anything to the show. The show is gonna keep going, the mistreatment is gonna keep happening, the viewers are gonna keep watching. There's no way that the show could lose enough viewers to actually change its ways, to actually, stop any and all mistreatment in survival shows going forward. Not even mentioning just the K-pop industry. So, like, does it matter if we quit the show, or is it fine as long as we keep having these, as long as we keep thinking critically about this? And I mean, criticizing, I mean watching the show and calling out the things that we see and having these sorts of conversations about them, is that a way to make the show, or make watching the show morally better? I don't know. I'm just throwing out thoughts. And then, but on the other side, is it how do I word this? Is it better for us to stop watching the show because of the mistreatment that the trainees have faced, because we don't want to support them facing that mistreatment? Or is it now better for us to keep watching the show and keep supporting our favorite trainees because we don't want all their pain to be for nothing? Kind of, that's a bad way to word it, but because the mistreatment has already happened. This has been going on for, the months of pre-recording. We don't know if it's still going on. Maybe now that the shows have emerged, it's gotten better. I don't think so, but, maybe that is possible. So, do we want, like, because the people who haven't dropped out clearly still want to be in the competition and still want the chance to debut. So should we support them and in a way support the show, because we want their efforts to not go to waste. Or is it better for, because they would probably maybe keep getting mistreated after debut as well. So should we not make them debut? This is the sort of Zero's argument in this as well. Like, we know what happened to Ricky. Would it maybe have been better for him to not debut in this group? We don't know, because then he wouldn't have this family of 0-1, but he also wouldn't be getting actively mistreated for the entirety of his idol career. So many what ifs, so many what should we do's. I don't know. It's complicated. So, moral of the story, I don't know. A lot of questions up in the air. I urge all of my viewers, all of you guys, to think about these things as well. Give some of your own perspectives. Tell me what you think about all of this. If you disagree with me on anything that I ever say, tell me. I'm interested in hearing it. Obviously, we're keeping everything respectful. Y'all are really good about that. I've never had issues with, having arguments in the comments or anything. So, yeah, I hope that we can have this sort of... I'm having a discussion through me on video yapping and you commenting on it. It's not really a discussion, but it kind of is, so at least we can have that. I hope it maybe helps all of us grow mentally. Yeah. I guess that's all I wanted to talk about with this. Yeah, I haven't remembered anything else, so if I do remember anything else from what I saw today, then I'll call it out. But now getting into the actual pre-episode thing, I'm opening up my notebook for what we saw last episode. I also I did technically also see the full performances of last episode's Sea Planet performances, but I don't fully remember them. The Vix performance was okay. Yeah. Ho Jong Sing, I still don't know how I feel about him. He's like the sexy guy. People keep calling them like the wannabe Ricky. I see it. I think he's definitely trying to build that sort of Ricky-esque brand with the whole sexy thing, but I feel like it's kind of being edited in a goofy way, so it's not really working as well. Shin Kai-wen had potential. Oh, I feel like I'm out of breath from all the talking. Devil Game. Punchy. I need to take a... Holy shit, I'm gonna take a break. Okay, I just... One more little thing about the previous rant. I truly care about all of these trainees as real people. So many of them are so young. And that's why I never want to come off as brushing off the abuse in any way, the mistreatment, the whatever you want to call it. It is horrible, and that's why I feel obliged to talk about it. I'm not obliged. That's a bad word. It's not like I'm not obligated to talk about. I want to talk about it. I don't want to just brush it off, or like ignore that it's happening. But at the same time, I can't do anything. I can't stop the mistreatment. Am I supporting it by watching the show and by voting? I like to think of it as me supporting the trainees, but in a way, me supporting the trainees is supporting the show, is supporting Mnet, is supporting mistreatment. We're getting back. I'm talking in circles. This whole conversation is only going in circles because there's never a clear answer. There is no clear answer in discussions like this because it's a moral dilemma. Because technically none of us can stop this. It's just what can we do? Okay, back to the performances. Right. The Devil Game. I don't really have anything to say about any of these, I think. I still really like Fan Shei. Oh, Hu Han Wan. I need to pay more attention to Hu Han Wan. He was also in the Devil Game performance. He's the maid cat boy. If you know, he's pre-debut digital footprint is basically that he went on TikTok live streams and dressed up as a catboy maid for men. So love. Oh, and apparently he also came out as bi on one of the live streams. Not confirmed. I don't know where that like source is from, but I heard that. So slay. That means we have multiple out queer people on Sea Planet. That's crazy. This is a sign of the times. It's wow, we truly are moving in a better direction with all of this and the current Chinese BLs airing, like actual BLs airing. I know that's not, they have to go through loopholes in order to do it, but it's still happening. We are seeing change. Slow. I mean, change is always slow, but we are seeing real change happening right now. Anyway, Huan gonna keep an eye on him. Pump It Up performance, right? I didn't really like it, even in the full one. Hu Chin is a cutie though. I didn't vote for him. I think I forgot about him, because he's not. Yeah, no, he wasn't in my top 8. Okay, sure. Oh, Turn Up was the one with Lin Shinan who left. And then I think this also had Chen Yuchi, who I then thought was Chen Lichi. I think they are actually different people. I think Chen Yuchi just also left the show maybe, and Chen Lichi hasn't been shown. Chen Lichi was in my pre-show picks. He was the one who like did weird stuff in his PR video. So that's why I liked him. And then I was confused about Yuchi and Lichi because I couldn't find Yuchi, and then I thought maybe they had just romanized his name differently, but no, I think they are different people, and Yuchi has just left and Lichi hasn't been shown. Maybe. Okay, then there were the bad performances, right? TXT Crown had Sen. Yeah, I liked Sen. I think his voice is really good. Oh, Sun Hongyu, my PO1. Yeah, was he my PO1 technically? I don't remember. Oh no, Changfan was my PO1. Okay, Sun Hongyu was my PO2. Yeah, they are very equal right now. Depending on what we see of Changfan, he might stay, he might go. I mean, I've really grown to love Sun Hongyu even more with every single passing day. Just like during the rewatches and everything, oh my god. And I think I actually forgot to look at the rankings at the end of last episode. Okay, no, I watched. I did watch them yesterday, but I think I forgot to watch the like actual rankings in the show at the end of the Sea Planet episode. I just did like my own ranking and then I stopped the recording. But I watched them like on a rewatch. I don't remember all of them, but I do remember that Sun Hongyu was in like the 50s somewhere. He was like low, and my heart stopped. I hope he has, grown a lot in the ranks, because I think I've heard that a lot of people really like him, so. Fighting. The top performance. Oh, this had Imjak, Limjak, and Nyan Bahang. Limjak I didn't like on my first watch. He has grown on me. But I also have been spoiled on the fact that he has been eliminated, so yep, he was another one that I just remembered. So I don't know if there's really a point in me supporting him anymore, but he did grow on me. At first I found him a little bit annoying, then he became more of the actual. What was the guy who was him in the first season? Who I compared him to? They're really loud. You know who I'm talking about. I can't. My brain doesn't work right now. I'm so stressed out about this whole situation. Holy shit, I'm actually gonna have a heart attack. And then Yan Bahang was the really deep voice guy who I liked. I didn't end up voting for him, but he was close to my top 8. Still like him. And then the fever performance with Anshin and Jiaho, who is cursed with the first place curse because he's had in the first place seat. Anshin, yeah, they were both good. I liked them. I felt really similar about them as I felt about the Very Very performance in K-Planet. I didn't say that in the episode, but I thought about this after. Is that both of these performances were technically really good. There was like nothing wrong with them, right? Like everything was good, the vocals, the dance, but it was like kind of boring. Like it was just so good that it was kind of boring to me personally. I've seen a lot of hype around this performance, though. People really, really love this. I don't know, it's just for some reason it didn't grab me. It hasn't grabbed me on rewatches. I haven't even rewatched it a lot. I stopped the episode before this performance, so. And then my top 8 last week was number 1, Changfan, 2, Sun Hongyu. How do you say that name? 3, Fan Shi, 4, Sen, 5, Shen Kaiwen, 6, Tang Xiaxun. He was the diva. 7, Christian, 8, Swan Hao. So yeah, my PO1 was Changfan. Hopefully, I mean, we have to see him, and hopefully he's in the episode. If they don't air his performance, that would be absolutely insane. But I'm planning on doing the same thing as I did in the K episode too. This first part is gonna be me watching the last performances and then watching the performances on YouTube that didn't air. Hopefully, if I have the time. Yeah. Let's do it. 26 minutes, oh my god.